Guys, welcome back to the Men's Physique recap. We've got an action-packed episode today. Obviously, co-host Maka is here, and we're basically going to be covering UK Up, PCA, Two Bros, quickly the Alicante show, and then we're joined by Mitch, Starr, Tyler Smith, and we're going to be covering the Pittsburgh Pro, which was a great show. Did you watch any of that, Maka?
What, the Pittsburgh Pro?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was dipping in and out of a lot. But Ben Quill, he was live streaming that off his phone.
was it?
AJ Kelly Roberts live streaming off his phone. So I was dipping in and out. I saw prejudging. I didn't see finals.
Okay.
But it was pretty clear who was going to win.
Yeah, I thought that from because I was like, I've had a busy weekend, so I was at a show which we'll cover in a minute, the UK Up show. So I haven't really seen much. I obviously saw Ali won, but I haven't seen much of the other guys. So it'd be quite cool today. Obviously, we'll go through all of it, which would be really,
Yeah.
really. So we'll get stuck straight in, and we might as well cover, mate, the UK Up show first because obviously I was there. I had a few clients on that one, and it was a good show. So right, let's share the screen, 2 seconds. Okay, so UK Up first of all. Okay,
Right.
so we're back now, guys. I'm gonna edit all that bit out. We just spent 10 minutes basically, just me not being able to use the computer. So what we're gonna do, by the way, if I cut out at all today, I'm actually in a hotel. You can see from the background. The internet's a little bit unstable, so Mac will just take over if I ever break up. But what we're going to do is edit the photos over the top because essentially there's not that much online, unfortunately, of the UK Up. But yeah, Macca, you had a posing client on.
Oh, I had two. Will Clubb and Sam Saunders is his name. He goes by Saunders on Instagram, but Sam Saunders. Sam came first in beginners, and Will came third in beginners, and then they didn't place an open, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, there's a few good guys there. I had a couple of clients on stage for the men's physique. I'm putting the overalls up over here so you can see it. So Nathan did really well. He's a natural. He's in his first ever season. He's done really well to place where he has for so far, and he's basically going to peak for the PCA naturals. He's in the blue shorts. But this was mainly, no disrespect to anyone, a two-man race between Andy, which is my guy, and Jack Storer. Do you know Jack? Jack's been in the game for a while.
I'm not sure about Jack. I probably might know him if I saw his face, but not by name.
Okay, so yeah, Maka can't see this picture that I've edited over the top. But Jack, I've known Jack since 2019. I competed against him there. He's a really nice guy, and to see like he basically since 2022 he didn't place at the PCA finals, and every show he's done so far this year, he's done 3 shows, he's won them. So he's doing very well, and he won the overall at this show. But yeah, it was very close between him and Andy, but Jack just took it. But yeah, they're both going to be going for the PCA Universe. Jack will be tall, Andy will be short, but I'm hoping they'll both meet in the overalls and be on
Um,
for a pro card.
yeah. So he's saying he won the overall at the UKUB show,
Yeah.
and that's with bodybuilders, right?
Yeah, so everyone against everyone, yeah.
That's pretty cool then. It's
It
pretty
is,
good.
it is pretty cool, yeah, because there was they do every category as well. So like beginners, like also so it's like 12 guys in the overall, which is
Yeah.
and the way that UP judge it is they just run a big pose down.
Yeah. They don't even like.
um, which is quite fun because usually pose downs aren't judged really. It's just a bit of a laugh. But that's when the judges actually do sit back and actually look at everyone and sort of
Yeah.
assessments. So that was good to watch. And again, to be honest, I think it was between Andy and Jack for the overall because Andy looked really good in classic. He did classic as well, which I'll chuck a picture up over. So
Mm.
yeah, both boys look great. And I think they're going to be very competitive at the universe. Jack's got a bit of a battle against Dylan though.
Dylan's almost like his Instagram name is Dylan OG, and I feel like he is an OG in the sport already.
Yeah.
He's done so many shows, that guy.
Yeah, so many, so many. I mean, this is a good segue, isn't it? Because he did Two Bros, so we'll go straight
Yeah,
on to that now.
yeah.
That Two Bros show. Did you know many guys that are doing it? I know the chap that won the short class, class A.
What was his name?
You know what? He's going to get annoyed at me for saying this because I've been speaking to him for ages, but I only know his Instagram name. I don't know his real name.
His Instagram name?
So sorry, bro. It's Notorious.
Oh, him. Yeah, I know him as Notorious as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Hey, is it Damien?
your name's not in the bio, bro. Is it? It might be. I don't know. This chap here.
Because his name on Instagram is Notorious IFBB in it.
That's him. Yeah. Yeah, got the overall.
It might be Damien.
It might be Damien.
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, it's not in his bio, so I'm not too sure. But he looked great. Chap in the red took the overall.
I thought he was very good.
I thought he was good too. Do you know who he is?
No, I have no idea, but he is very. Actually, I do. He's coached by Michael Fox.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
Is
Never seen him before.
Bear with me a sec. I'll find it out for you.
This is Dylan anyway, for anyone who doesn't know Dylan. Dylan's very good. Again, I compete against Dylan in PCA Finals 22, and he's been growing since then. And he has come back leveled up. He's coached by Nick Edgington.
Yeah, so the guy in the red shorts is coached by Michael Fox, and it's called Issam Chariot.
Okay.
He was born in Algeria, based in Scotland.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of potential. Like he's good from the back and the front, so he's very, very balanced.
Nice as well, really nice and balanced.
This chap on the left, I thought was fantastic from the front.
He won the PCA the overall day later.
Did he? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go on to that in a minute as well. But from the back, he's not.
Yeah. Oh, so hang on. So I read his post in the Tubro show. He actually used tattoo cover up, like tan.
Okay.
And that was one of the reasons they didn't place him high apparently in the overalls, because his tattoo, because he won obviously the class. But the tattoo cover up color, like it made the tan look really washed and faded, like cloudy almost.
Yeah, I can see it.
So, but if you look at him in the PCA show in a minute, he has tattoos all over him, but you can't see him in this show.
That's really interesting, because this is what I was going to bring up to you. Apparently, do you know Nick Edgerton?
Mm-hmm.
So he was saying that Dylan got marked down because of his tattoos.
What, on the Tubro show?
Apparently so. So maybe this guy knew inside information. Maybe that's why he tried to cover it up.
I think it's harsh when they mark people down for their tattoos. Like,
you don't hear of it happening much. Like, you don't hear.
I just don't think you need to say it. Just say we need you to be a little bit more bigger, or like just make because you can't change someone's. No one's going to get their tattoos laser removed, are they? I know that they do affect bodybuilding, but it's just like
you can do it. One of my clients has had it done, but it takes fucking ages.
This is what I mean, though. Like, if people like their tattoos, they're not going to go and get removed, are they?
No, exactly. Just for bodybuilding.
I think it's just like, don't get me wrong, I get that tattoos can hide definition and everything like that, but I just don't think it's worth saying it.
No, it's a tough one for Dylan as well, because it is a blackout tattoo, isn't it? All of it's covered.
Yeah, it's very dark.
So, but I don't think it really affects his look. Like, you can still see the vascularity there.
I just don't. I personally don't think it's that close in the overall. I think the guy on the shorts is so much fuller through the chest. His midsection is just as complete. His back shot is better and more detailed.
I think he could have opened up more in the back. What do you think?
Oh yeah. But if you look at compared to Dylan, his back shot is way better.
Yeah, I agree. Bloody hell, you've just said it. What's his name? Short class winner?
Damien. I think his name's Damien. I'm not wrong.
I think Damien could afford to go a bit wider with his feet positioning.
Yeah. I guarantee it's not even Damien now, is it?
Sorry, Damien. We love you, bro. I speak
Nathan. It's Nathan. It's Nathan.
Now we all know. Everyone watching the podcast now knows his name is Nathan. Yeah, he looked great. I'm glad he won. Yeah, it was a good battle. But you're right.
Shows quickly, but Matt's Wi-Fi is obviously in a hotel out on a golf trip, so his connection ain't great. So if he drops out for any reason, you know why.
That's all right, mate. I'm just listening.
That's all right. Hello, mate. How are you doing? You good?
Yeah, very well, Matt. Thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, very good, buddy. Very good. So we haven't quite finished up wrapping up the amateurs, so you can help us do that. We've got one more show to go, which is the PCA show. We've just done the two show. Okay, so yeah, we'll go on to PCA now. So did you ever do PCA back in the day?
I did, mate. I did 3 PCA shows with as physique.
Was that your first sort of like intro into men's physique?
I did, yeah. So I did the Saxon first, and then I did the Europeans and the British.
Nice. A lot of IFBB pros did the Saxon, weirdly. I think back in the day, it was like a really high level PCA show, wasn't it? I know Lewis Breed did it. That James Lewin did it. Quite a few others.
Yeah, there's he went on to become a classic pro as well. What's his name? Jack Connor.
Yeah, he's had some good
Yeah,
names.
he was in the same show. Lewis Breed was in the same Saxon show that I did. So I mean, there was quite a few people in that show that then actually went on to become IFBB pros.
No way, it's pretty cool. Maybe me and you should do it, Macca, because maybe it's like a trend, you know. You do that show, you get your pro card.
I don't think I just don't think the IFBB would like it.
I don't think so. Right, well, let's cover this PCA show anyway. So
This guy was really good. If he was a little bit more conditioned, but generally he was really good shape wise.
short class winner. Yeah. Did you have any clients here, Macca?
I just had one, Jake Hart, who won show a couple weeks back.
Okay.
And he came second. Lost out to the overall winner. So Jake is coached by Jake Bowen. So that's the guy from the Two Bro show the day before. You can see his tattoos now.
Yeah.
So Tyler, we were on that this guy here, he used tattoo cover tan at the Two Bro show, and they marked him down for it because he just looked like cloudy and washed out.
Oh, okay.
Whereas in this show, you obviously can see the tattoos are a lot more present.
Hmm.
Yeah, he ended up taking the overall, so he was really good.
He's definitely got more definite, like you can see the definition now that he's not using that. So that's weird. I've never heard of anyone using that before, that tattoo cover up.
I've never really heard of it, to be fair.
No, but yeah, he looks good, man. He's got great condition, isn't he?
Yeah.
You pose this guy, right?
Yeah, Jake.
Jake, yeah.
So I think they went for a fuller look this time round because the look he brought at the show 2 weeks prior, he was a bit more, I'd say a little bit more streamlined and more conditioned, but just not as full. So I think they opted for a different peak this time.
Okay.
You see there, his midsection isn't as crisp as what it was 2 weeks prior.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, he's very good. Like he's got a nice shape to his whole physique. Like it's quite complete, nice and balanced. Just needs more tissue as well. But yeah, he'll be good in the future.
Yeah. Hello, Mitch. You doing all right, mate?
Going, lad, you good?
Yeah, you mate.
Yeah, good. We're just finishing wrapping up the amateurs. So in the overall, Macca, because I didn't see it, I don't think they do the overall pose downs all the time, like on the videos.
It's a bit
annoying. But yeah, by the looks of things, this guy was pretty much a clear winner, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very good. He was the most conditioned guy. The short class winner would have been good if he was more conditioned, but I think this guy is just more muscular, just in good shape as well.
Yeah, I mean it's 2 weeks to the universe, so that short class winner, I think in 2 weeks' time will be very, very good.
Yeah,
and that was the Masters. Chap with the glasses.
Matt's come back.
I'm back, boys. Yeah, sorry, Mitch. I've explained it already a few times. I'm in a hotel. My internet's not the best, but I'll just edit those bits out.
Yeah, sweet, bro, sweet.
Right.
Kirk won the overall, was it?
What's that?
The Kirk won the overall, Scottish lad.
Yeah, very good, isn't he?
Yeah. He's been away for a couple of years, hasn't he?
Yeah, because I was saying he did the Two Bro show yesterday, the day before as well.
He done the same pro qualifier as me in Norway.
Oh right, okay.
I think that was his last show, and I think he went away for a while. Then he's a nice kid, nice guy, good man.
Before we move on to the pro show, lads, what do you think of Huss? Got his
One
pro
and
card.
done. One and done. One pro qualifier, got his pro card.
Chest hangs off him, doesn't it?
Mate, I've never seen anything like it.
He reminds me of Furkan.
Yes. He
Very,
is also Turkish as well.
Yeah. Is he Turkish as well, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His arms are so dominant as well.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was thinking of if they're gonna
overlook him.
Say to him in the pro leagues is does he need to bring his arms down a bit? I don't know, because they did say the same to Furkan as well.
Yeah.
Although looking at it this year, I don't think Furkan's paid any attention to that whatsoever.
I haven't seen much of him. Is his arms so massive though?
His arms are absolutely fucking enormous. Because he's doing Miami with the same one as me. If they don't tell him that his arms are too big, I swear I'm just going to retire on the spot. Because he looks like a 212 competitor.
Yeah, it's a shame because I thought like Furkan, like originally his shape was so like nice to look at, and I feel like his arms are just too over dominant now, where it takes away from it.
Yeah, they marked down that guy that got all that hype recently, didn't they? That Dan. Was that because his arms
Yeah.
were too big?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
they told him his arms were too big and he needs to bring his legs up. So he's taken the advice on board and
Looking at him,
doing a show in 6 weeks apparently.
looking at him, I don't think his arms are that personally that like ginormous that they stand out that much.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're overpowering.
I thought if anything, his back was more overpowering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that. Yeah.
But I know I'm not a judge, so
Like they said, it's good to stand out, but you don't want to stand out for the wrong reasons. I think
his
that's what
back is very like his back's like in the way he poses back isn't like the best. I don't think he could hit it a lot better.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's get this Pittsburgh Pro up then. Did any of you boys watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
I didn't watch it live, but I watched all like the
Any-
followed it along, like, you know.
Is there any pictures of the top six?
Who's the photographer? Is it Whitman?
Yeah, Whitman's
He'll
got
go that one, wouldn't he?
Who's
Sure.
got it?
Whitman.
Whitman or Gilco?
Who's that then? I don't know.
Oh, I think Whitman was he was at the pro qualify on the weekend, wasn't he?
Oh
Yeah, no, he's at Spain by the looks of it.
Gilco
Yeah, I
was,
think it was Gilco, yeah.
Yeah, I was just on Gilco.
I don't know if he takes pictures of I think it might just be individuals.
Yeah. Well, if we can go over the top six individuals, that'd be good.
Or if not, I don't know if George Brown's got anything up.
Yeah, it doesn't look like. Okay, so look at George Brown. We'll find someone will have it somewhere.
Yeah, or Ali might. I mean, to be fair, Ali walked away with that show.
Yeah, I thought the same.
He actually listened to his feedback and he's gone away and he's brought his back up and he actually worked on his posing because he doesn't stand in that sort of quarter turn anymore.
No, he stands really side on, doesn't he?
Yeah, he used to last year. He used to literally do a quarter turn one side and a quarter turn the other side. He just never used to face the front, but he seems to have fixed it now.
You know what's funny though? Drew Cullen and obviously Alex and that on the Men's Secret podcast, they were saying that I think Drew Cullen had Ali fifth.
Really?
Yeah, put him fifth, and he had Clarence. He had Clarence beating him.
No, I wouldn't have said that.
Clarence was way off.
Yeah,
he couldn't control his pose, and I thought from the videos I seen, he was in his shot, and you could just see him breathing.
Really, that's because Clarence is usually pretty consistent, isn't he, with his look?
Yeah.
It's usually just his back that lets him down a bit.
I was going to say Clarence is great, but he just needs to bring his back up a bit.
Yeah, definitely agreed. He did well to win that show. Was it a couple of weeks back, wasn't it? But yeah, he's just not quite got that balance. But I like how George Brown's changed his Instagram name to King George Brown now. He's loving that, isn't he? He's loving it.
Half my WhatsApp. That's doing my head.
So yeah, George Brown looks good. He does look very good. Where did he place? Did he get third?
He got third. Yeah. To be fair, he had a decent shot for second, I think.
Yeah, I thought Vitor looked off.
Yeah, from the front, I thought George was sharper than Vitor.
Vitor looked a lot better for finals, didn't he?
Yeah.
He came in hard for finals, but
his abdominals aren't as deep as George's. I don't know what's going on with Vitor's midsection, but there's just not a lot going on there.
No. The thing is, the abs are actually quite thick and prominent, but they just don't correspond when he poses.
Yeah, they just don't seem to pop.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at that battle between Ali and Vitor then, because they got moved out the top call out, didn't they? It was like the judges made their mind up pretty early.
He sent those two off.
Yeah.
Like Mitch said though, it's the best I've ever seen Ali look by a mile. I've never. His midsection's so good.
Where do we think he's going to place at Olympia?
Where did he come? He didn't do that well last year, did he? He done well, but I think he come fifth the year before, was it?
Yeah.
No, he came top 10, didn't he? I think he came like 9th or something. So then obviously last year he dropped way out of that. So I think he's obviously after redemption this year.
I think he could be top 6.
I think he has the potential. I mean, especially with this momentum now, this is a big show to win.
If he wins that as well. He's definitely with a shout for the top six. I think.
Who else is doing New York?
I don't really know.
It's not as big.
Andre Ferguson.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Have you seen much of it so far?
Yeah, I spoke to him for a couple of weeks ago. To be honest, he's not in the condition that Ali is.
Mm.
But I think with the thing is with Andre over the last few years, he's been gradually sliding down the placings.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because there was a point where he was almost untouchable, wasn't there? Like if you turn up to a show, you were like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's won more men's physique shows than anyone else, hasn't he?
Things like 18 pro wins, isn't it? Or something.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the most like symmetrical guys, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, should we go on to you boys then?
Who wants to start?
I think Tyler's a bit more excited than me at the moment.
You're both excited. None of that.
I'm probably just a few more weeks ahead of you.
I'm what am I now? 17. Do you know, I haven't announced what I'm doing yet. I just realized today that I haven't actually put anything out there what I'm doing. So you got an exclusive, boys.
Yeah, exclusive.
Look at that. Look at that. That's the caption. That's the title of the video right there. Get the views in. So look at this then. How many weeks out is this then? 3 weeks out.
Yeah, this was at 3 weeks. This was taken. So Callum took this.
Crazy. So you're there now by the looks of this, right? You're not digging anymore?
No, so we're just sort of coasting at this point. So this week we're going to start putting in the refeeds. Because last year when we put the refeeds in, that sort of helped kick me on a bit as well. Just sort of tighten me up and drop a bit more weight off. But now, I mean, it's just a case of taking the water off now.
Mm.
Which is
What's your what's been the usual protocol for you in terms of carving up, Ty? I'm interested to know what you usually do.
So what we did last year, obviously, we're flying out to the States. So if we were going to compete on a Saturday, I'd fly out on a Tuesday and we would just go 0 carbs the day of travel. Have like a carb meal that night before bed, but then we would load on Wednesday and Thursday relatively heavily, and then drop it right down on Friday. Just let everything drain off, and then just trickle bits in on show day. Then,
yeah, that's similar to me, to be fair.
Yeah, I think it's the typical sort of spill, and just let it drain off for a day and a half.
It was like panic stations. That was the plan, yeah. But
Mitch, was that when you placed top 6 at that show? Top 5, sorry.
yeah, so that was
like the most chaotic.
Mate.
Yeah, I remember seeing on your stories. I'm like, fuck me.
I think I think it was something like 38 hours. I'd had 30 grams of almond butter.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got off the flight and I thought I haven't got much time to get a session in, so I had to get a pump session in. So I just went straight to the gym. Fucking ended up having a hypo in the gym. Fucking my nose was pissing with blood. I just remember all I remember was sitting outside on the step, and I was like, best text Carl, I think I need to eat. Like, hey, get back. He's like, leave the gym, just go and fucking eat. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Hopefully you have a much smoother ride this year, mate, because you had a couple of situations that weren't the best, were they?
No, it was it was an experience, mate. That trip was.
Was that the one with the water as well?
No, that was Tampa.
That was Tampa.
The alkaline water. But I just fucking shit in, bro. Oh,
fuck me, man.
I think we done 1,000 grams of carbs. I woke up fucking 3 pound lighter. None of it was digesting, it was just coming straight back out.
You gotta learn sometimes, don't you? At least you won't ever do it again.
I just went to the supermarket, I was like, I just need water, so I just picked up a slab of water. And I think I'd done about 12 litres. But on the first day and halfway through the second day. And I thought I'd just do some check-ins. My water was just like next to me. I was like, alkaline water. I've never heard of that before. Let's give it a Google. First thing I thought was like, yeah, it gives you diarrhea and it's got like something to do with digestion. I don't know, but I just couldn't stop pissing through my ass.
That is the last thing you want. Last thing you want.
You still got on stage, right? You still did all right.
Yeah, to be fair, Tampa was my fullest look in the end. So, we crammed the food in And the one day that we caught it, because we still had 1 day left to carve up. So if I carried on, I think I would have fucked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we managed to get on stage full, bit too full in the end, if anything. But yeah, I won't be drinking that shit again, mate.
We'll go on to your look in a minute, Mitch, and go through everything. But just wanted to know, Tyler, so people watching, like, what have you been working on this year, like between last season and to this season? Have you been working on anything in particular, or?
Yeah, the focus has definitely been on back. You know, I mean, that top line from the front as well. But you know, mainly back. So through this year, we've been hitting back sort of 3 times a week, not necessarily heavily all in one go, but you know, it's been attacked sort of 3 times a week. You know, there's just such an emphasis in men's physique now. You've got to, you know, if we only get 2 poses front and back, you know, you've got to nail them both just to stand any chance.
What was your was that your feedback last year? Just more back?
No, not more back. They said so. The feedback that I got from Maz after the Gymshark show was a little bit more width in the upper lat.
Okay.
So you know, obviously we took that on board, but you know, there's only so wide you can try and make your back.
Yeah, and that was pretty much it. That's all he said.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. To be honest, you know, obviously you can't make your hips any smaller than they are, so you just got to try and make your back and your shoulders as wide as they can be.
Who judged the Legion show?
Tarek El Gundy.
And what was it? Did he give you any feedback?
Yeah, again, it was a little bit more width from the back.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, he just said, you know, he said it was unfortunate, obviously, the lineup that I was stood in.
Yeah, but I mean, to make first call-outs in that type of lineup is pretty crazy, mate.
You know, because otherwise you remove those 3, you take out Andre, Chiron, and Erin, and you're looking at it being between me and Ruben Glass.
Yeah.
You know, because me and him got 4th and 5th. So he said, yeah, it was just unfortunate of the lineup that I was studying, but you know, at the end of the day, that was still that was a win for me. Still,
that's what I mean.
I think it was a good thing that they were there, because it kind of showed how good you were, because you hung with them. It was really, really good. It was like a good way to get your name out, wasn't it? Do you know what your lineup is for your first show?
Oh, Miami is going to be ridiculous. There's already quite a few names I know that are already doing it. So it's, you know, is this
the one that Jeff Seed's going to make his comeback on?
I don't know. I've not heard that, but obviously I think Drew Cullen's doing it. Alex Toplin. Who else is in there? There's Ryan Clark, another American guy. Furkan, obviously myself. But I think people like Youssef are going over for it. I mean, it's going to be a massive show.
Very, very different physiques. All of those names that you just said are just so different, aren't they? So yeah, it will be a good one. I think that was the show that Jeff C's meant to be coming back on. So there's going to be a lot of hype on that, but he's
not going to place.
He's not going to place. No.
Yeah.
Just hasn't. I don't think he's just adapted with the times. I think he's still natural, isn't he? He should have done the Ben Weeder naturals.
I think he still thinks Mendozik is back then when he first competed.
Yeah.
Depending on how people place in that show, should technically send a message out for what he's going to be looking for later in the year.
Yeah.
Who was that? Sorry, I lost you there. Was that Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler Mannion's. Yeah, he's judging Miami. So, like I say, he should be sending a message out for what the standard is he expects.
Yeah, and his videos that he's been doing have been excellent as well, I thought.
Yeah, they have been good. Yeah.
Very, very good. Okay, so that's show number 1. What's show number 2?
So I'm doing Toronto the week after.
Okay, cool. So you're just going to stay over there. That's easy.
Yeah, I'm pretty much doing what I did last year. So I've signed up for 4 in 5 weeks. So I mean, I'll just take a show at a time, see what happens. Yeah, so I'm doing that one, and then obviously on to the St. Pete Pro in St. Petersburg, Tampa.
I think that's kind of what you have to do, though, isn't it? Like, if you want to make it as a men's league athlete, especially in America, you need to go and compete over there.
Is that the Tampa Pro, Ty, or is it not?
No, it's not the Tampa Pro. It's the St. Pete Pro. So St. Petersburg is like 20 minutes down the road from Tampa.
It's more on the beach then. It's nice down there.
Yeah. So so that'll be the last one out there. But obviously, we'll see what happens in the 3 prior.
Exciting, man. A very exciting season. Well, we spoke about you last week, to be fair, on the podcast with Zach. And we both we were all kind of saying, like, we really just hope you get that Olympia qualification, because we feel like you deserve it, man. You should have already been an Olympian, in our opinion.
I just want to get it so that I can just say I'm done.
Yeah. Is that do you reckon that'll be it for you? Once you get to Olympia, you would call it quits?
Yeah, that would be my ideal scenario, would be to go out on top on my terms.
Yeah.
I would just like to qualify for Olympia, do Olympia, and then I'll call it a day then.
Yeah.
Well, what about if you place well, though? Like, surely that'll just spur you to keep going.
Do you know what? I have this conversation with so many people, and that's the sort of like the intriguing thing with this sport. The goals never stop, do they?
No.
They just keep going and going and going. But there comes a time where, I don't know, in life with everything, I think at some point you have to have an exit plan.
Yeah.
And there comes a day where you've got to say enough is enough. This is my 15th year. I always said, as long as my body can keep responding and it can keep looking fresh and young, then yes, I'll keep doing it. But I sort of compare bodybuilding to boxing in many ways. I don't want to be that boxer that just keeps turning up and getting knocked out and then saying, yeah, one more fight.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to, if everything could go my way and I could win one, qualify for Olympia, I would quite happily walk away then.
Nice. I think Ryan Terry, to be fair, was going to retire last year, wasn't he, before he won it?
Yeah, it's obviously a different situation now, because obviously winning it, if you've got to come back and defend it, haven't you?
I think he'll retire this year either way.
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah,
he's got too much on.
You know, what's your sort of, I don't know, 2, 3, 5 year plan?
Do you know what, mate? If I'm totally honest, I know I'm a lot younger than you, but I've had the same thoughts as you as well. Just because I've done stupid things when I was younger in terms of taking gear and jumping on way too early, and that plays on my mind a lot. It's like, you know, how many years have I been using now? Is it the time to step away? If it happened for me, would I walk away? But like you said, it's like, what was it? I want an extra piece of the pie, didn't I? So
yeah.
I don't know. I have had the thoughts of what I would do, but I think I've got another 3, and I think if it doesn't happen within that 3, I might.
Yeah,
I'm not going to head down.
Yeah. No, I think that's sort of reasonable, to be fair. You know, because not necessarily so much at pro level, but you even see at amateur level, like guys who I was still competing against like 5, 6 years ago as an amateur, like they're still going now, and fair play to them, but they just keep going and going and going, and you think, well, what's the end goal? You know, when does it stop? You know, because they're still nowhere near turning pro, and you just think you just put yourself through this shit every year for what?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation, doesn't it? Like, if you're a natural, you can get away with doing that. But yeah, for people that are using assistance, you do put your health at risk to some degree, don't you? So you're absolutely right. Like, there gets to a point where, is it worth carrying on? So yeah, it is depending on the person, I guess.
Just looking at these, Mitch, because obviously you did Portugal. I did that show a couple of years before. Now that you've done both as well, European and American, what's your difference of opinion between the two?
I think Europe is, you see a lot bigger guys in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
The production in Portugal was very good.
That spinning wheel, mate, unreal.
I was sick, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
because I knew that was the thing at that show, and I remember standing on it. And I was just all I was saying to myself was, just take this in, just take this in. You've been waiting for this. You've been waiting for it. Mate, it was wicked. Felt
You
like
stood up so well on it as well. Just
yeah.
looked wicked, man.
There's a video of it somewhere, isn't there, on here?
It's right at the top. It's the top right-hand corner. I think
Maybe.
it's pinned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that was your pro debut, right?
This was the pro debut. Yeah, this is when City took this one.
I think that's your best pose, Mitch, that one. Where you just stand a bit off centre and you just hit that
Yeah.
arms off.
Yeah, that's well. Funny enough, when we was in Texas, when I come fifth, Carl, we done prejudging, and I come off stage, and Carl said to me, he said, "Forget the hand on hip, get the hand on hip, and just hit that front pose all the time." And we did that.
So we both chose Portugal as our pro debuts, and
Yeah, how do you do in that?
last.
Yeah, I think I was.
Yeah. Well, oh no, sorry, 16th.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
What
didn't even get looked at.
How much of that do you think is just because they don't know who you are?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a degree of that.
Yeah, I don't want to sound bitter by saying it, but it is definitely.
But I do agree. I do think the more you're known, the more the eyes are going to be on you. It's just human nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
What was your
Yeah.
best look then, Mitch, last year?
It's difficult, mate, because my favorite look was Portugal, because that was my hardest look.
Yeah.
Which is this one here. That was the tightest I was. Tampa was 3 weeks later, and I came in 10 pounds heavier for Tampa. But I lost a little bit of detail then. So for Texas, we tried to find an in between. But I think if I brought the Portugal look to Texas, just because Tyler was judging, Tyler Mannion, I think I may have nabbed fourth. So I think it was close between me and fourth and fifth.
I had you. I looking at that, I had you fourth, and when I saw everything going on,
Yeah,
I was like,
his name's
who was fourth again?
the Asian guy, isn't he?
Yes.
He
What's his name?
wasn't at his best.
No.
He was quite off, but he's someone who's done quite a lot of pro shows, and I think he's always in the top five. So yeah, I think if I brought the Portugal look to Texas, I would have done a little bit better. But that's what you do, and you find out what judges like what looks, and then you try once you've got in front of them, then you do try and pick their shows, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be judged by Tyler again.
I was
That's
going to
on my
say, is that the goal this year then? You said you were going to give us the exclusive, which shows you.
Yeah, so to be honest, I don't know who's judging the shows that I'm doing at the moment. But the plan is similar to Tyler. I'm going to go over to the States I'm going to be over for 3 weeks. I'm going to do 3 shows back to back. Something I've never done before. I've never done a show back to back before, so I don't know if that's going to be new to me. How I manage that. But it's going to be the Florida Pro, which is first on the 7th of September, which is in Sarasota. And then we got San Antonio, Texas a week later. And then we got Sasquatch, the Washington show a week after that. Did you do that one last year, Ty?
No, I didn't. I did California, Daytona, and Legion.
Okay. I know Legion's the week after the Washington show, but I haven't planned to stay out there that long. But
yeah, you know Chiron's going to do it. He's won it the last 5 years. And not only for that Legion, they keep increasing the prize money as well. Because like last year it was 20 grand, so this year I think it'd be more.
Yeah.
But no, they're 3 good shows though. They are.
That Texas show, Mitch, that was the one where Ebanks was on the commentary, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah,
That's when he was like, "This guy's really fucking good."
you like me, Aaron.
Yeah.
So you can see how I know the editing's different on these photos from the photographers, but you can see I'm quite tighter in the Portugal on the left, smaller, but I was harder at that show.
Yeah.
You can see how much fuller you are in the middle shot.
Yeah, that was Tampa. That was the fullest I came in. That was 10 pounds heavier than the one on the left.
And was that the one with all the issues?
the middle one was the one where I was drinking that alkaline water, and the
Like,
Texas.
you know what
the
you need to
Texas
do,
show.
then, mate? You just
What's
need to
that?
drink all that. You need to drink all that alkaline water again.
The Texas show is the one on the right. That's the one, mate. I just couldn't wait to get over and done with, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know how we managed to do how we did, because that show, I just didn't enjoy the day. I didn't enjoy being there because of the flight got cancelled and everything. I was so stressed. I got my hotel. I took some check-in photos, mate. I didn't have a fucking single app. Everything was just and I was just like, I just want to get this done out of the way. That's why, yeah.
Yeah, because the Tampa Pro is arguably your biggest look, but
Yeah.
yeah.
What's
I was
coming in bigger this year, Mitch?
side on. You know, we said about Ali Bilal, how he poses quite side on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why to be honest with you, because he's got like a good serratus, and I thought, well, mine's pretty decent. I thought I was going to try and show that off as much as I could, but I narrowed myself off a lot.
I think you just dropped your elbows too low.
Yeah, I did there, and I'm not squaring my shoulders off. If you look at the other
I
two,
think if you hit it like you did in the middle shot, but with your feet where they are in the third shot,
yeah,
your elbows where they are in that middle shot, I think it would look a lot better.
yeah, because those poses, the one with my feet closer together, I hit them both.
So how many weeks are you out? Are you out from the first show?
So 17 weeks out.
17. Long time then.
Yeah, Cal wanted to do like the pre-prep phase thing. I was like, mate, we're either starting prep or we're not. I'm not doing nothing. Said we're either on or we're off. He was like, okay, we're on.
Yeah, Matt, go to Mitch's like prep start point compared to this time round. It's pretty wild.
Oh yeah, mate, that was mental, wasn't it? You posted that recently, didn't you? No, I saw it. There it is.
Was it last year to this year? Yeah.
Yeah, that's madness, that, mate.
I don't know how the guy on the left's a fucking pro, but he is apparently.
That's what's mad. Like you just like when you get leaner, you just look so much bigger and better.
Yeah.
What's the weight difference here? Do you remember?
Only about 5-6 pound heavier on the right, but I was way leaner starting this year.
Yeah. Different animal this time, mate.
Hopefully, mate. Hopefully.
You lean out quite quick, don't you?
Yeah, I don't have no problems coming in, mate. I'm always early.
Yeah, I was going to say you'll probably be early. Like if this is what you're looking like now.
The Portugal show last year wasn't planned. And I had my main show was meant to be that was it?
True athlete.
True athlete, yeah. And I think that was 6 weeks after Portugal, who was coming in, and Carl was like, do you fancy Portugal? I was like, I think I'll be ready. He was like, you can be ready in 2 weeks. I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So we've done it.
I think sometimes when you do like an earlier show than planned, it almost just builds up momentum a lot faster.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than just like waiting out when you're ready to go.
Start enjoying it a bit more, isn't it? Because you got
it's off the cuff. Yeah.
What's your weight cut, Mitch? How tall are you?
Mate, I hit my weight cap on the last day of off season.
Oh,
so I got no problems. 232 is my weight cap, mate.
okay.
232, yeah.
How tall are you?
That's the weight I started at prep. I'm 6'2".
That's crazy, isn't it? What about you, Tyler? Are you near yours?
Yeah, so I'm hoping they measure me at like 6'2.5", because I'm allowed, I think in kilos, I think it's 108.4. Like this morning, I was 107. If they measure me at 6'2", then it's like 105.4. Well, then I've got some weight to get rid of quick.
Get in the sauna.
That's such a difference, isn't it? It's mental.
Oh, it's like a 3 kilo. Yeah, even in that inch, there's like a.
You broke up a tad there. Have you ever heard of inversion tables? They work, don't they?
Ain't got a clue, mate. Don't know.
I think they do. I have heard they've worked because when I get heighted, right? If I come straight from a long drive, it annoys me. I'm back to 5'11". But if I have a good stretch, I'm 6 foot. It really can make quite a big difference. Like what you're doing on lead up.
What annoys me as well is now I sympathise with the classic guys. It's like all the registrations and weigh-ins, they're all at like 4 p.m, 5 p.m.
Yeah, then you have to eat straight after.
Yeah, so then eat it, you know. So I mean, it's the shorter guys, they're suffering the most, because I know some of the shorter American guys, they are like right on the limit.
Yeah.
So, if they're waking up for, 7 o'clock in the morning and they're bang on weight, they've got to then wait around for like 9-10 hours.
I think he was 160 pounds on stage.
Mm-hmm.
He can, I think he's like either 5'5" or 5'4". He can be,
Yeah.
so either he can be 167 pounds or 172 pounds. So he's still got like, roughly 8 pounds or so to gain, which will look mental on him.
Who's that, Matka? Sorry.
Us.
Yeah. He's.
So he can still gain 8 pounds or so.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that when Zach put his weight up.
It's like Ebanks is like 10 pounds under his cap, which he's going to be a lot closer to it this year. But it's it's crazy.
Do you know what? Do you know what's surprising about Erin is that when you see him in person, he's not actually that. Don't get me wrong. I think it's all about proportions because yes, he is huge, but in person, he's not actually that big to look at.
Right.
So he's 6'2". Yeah, just his proportions are crazy.
What did he weigh at Olympia? Do you know?
No, not got a clue.
He's 6'2", right?
Yeah.
I feel like he might have been like just under 100 kilos, like 99 kilos or something.
Yeah, so he's still got like 5 kilos to play with.
Yeah, because for every inch that you get, like let's say you gain, it's almost like a 3 kilo jump you can have.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Absolutely ludicrous.
That is stupid. What was Ryan Terry? Do you know? Is he on his cap or?
I ain't got a clue.
Maybe.
No, not too sure. Because what's Ryan? 5'8"?
Yeah.
I don't think the cap has affected as many people as we thought it would. Do you think?
I know a lot of the shorter people were worried, weren't they? I think like Jeremy Bundy is very close to it. I know they were saying that.
I think
know a couple of
Potvin
guys.
as well.
Who's that?
I think Jeremy Potvin's quite close as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a couple of guys that have obviously downsized. That Advan Palmera, he's downsized.
Yeah, he looks better for it though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot better for it. That obviously Diogo's how was he weighing on stage? What, 66 kilos, something? Diogo's what, 5'5", 5'6"?
I thought so.
Yeah.
So he's like it hasn't really affected him, but he's still doing really well.
True.
Yeah.
I wonder if it will filter down into the amateurs.
It should do. I don't really understand like why it's in the pro league and why it's not in the amateurs unless they're just trialing it out first and then putting it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. It will happen at some point.
Yeah.
I think that would be very, very interesting because at the moment we're in a situation where there's some classic guys that are going down into men's physique because they're too heavy for their classic weight cap, and that's not what it should be. I know Louis Blackmore did that last year, didn't he? When he won his pro card.
Yeah.
He was I'm pretty sure I read he was too heavy for classic, so he went into men's physique.
Big boy now, Louis is. I seen him at
Thick. He is thick as hell.
Yeah, I seen him at JP gym. He's just a fucking ball of muscle now. He's just a block.
Yeah, it would be interesting. And do you know what's the difference between men's physique, weight cap, and classic? Is it about sort of like 4 kilos lighter, roughly?
10 pounds, is it?
Yeah, it's £10.
Yeah, it's about £10, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that'd be interesting. That would mean that I would be at my weight cap if it did filter to the amateurs, and I'm not that big, so that would be. I kind of hope it happens, to be honest.
How tall are you, Matt?
6 foot.
I could. My pro weight cap would be 98 kilos, and I'm nowhere near that. So.
Oh yeah, pro. I mean, like if it went down to amateurs, and if it was like 4 kilos lighter than the amateur classic, then it'd be like 90 kilos for me.
Yeah. So 4 kilos light. Are you saying it's 4 kilos lighter, roughly? Because then I could be maybe 94.
Yeah.
As an amateur. So still, I'm nowhere near that. I'll probably be like 89 on stage.
Yeah.
So
do you think that the amateur cap should be different to the pro cap?
I think you should just have like a route to gain more. Do you know what I mean? So I think if you're, I kind of agree with the way they've done it. I just think it should just be implemented now so that people can get accustomed to it quicker.
Well, I like what you're getting at, Mitch, though, because a lot of the time in the amateur game, the feedback is you're too big.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
then you compare them to the pros, they're fucking not too big.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was told a lot of my feedback in 2022 not to get my arms any bigger. I was like, have you seen the pros?
Exactly
It just
that.
makes zero sense. I was like, what's the point?
Yeah, and I think that's where it gets confusing because they're telling that they're giving that message to amateurs, and then you turn pro, and then you go to the pro league, and they'll say you need to put more size on.
You know what I think? I actually think it is. I think it's with the regional criteria, they literally take it as just a regional show. They don't think that the athletes that are competing there are going to pro qualifiers. I think they just tick it off as a regional show and that's it, and that's it only. So they're saying like you can't be too big to be in a regional, and they just fixate on that rather than fixating on these guys might want to go do a pro qualifier or go
Yeah.
get a pro card. They just think he's just doing a regional and that's it. That's all he's doing. And I think that's where the confusion is. It's like two separate criteria almost.
Which is really weird, isn't it? It shouldn't be the case. Like, to be fair, the bikini girls have got it worse. It's
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a whole next level in bikini. But yeah, I kind of wish it was standardized. But then even saying that, even in the pro shows, we could deal with a bit more standardization across what the judges are looking for. Sometimes it's so varied, isn't it?
I do kind of like though in a way how anyone can beat anyone. Like
Yeah.
on that day, I think
Yeah.
like it's quite
Different judges type of.
refreshing in that sense. It makes it, I'd say, more like if they're. I don't get me wrong. I agree with the standardization, but I think then you just have the same people winning all the shows every single time.
Yeah,
I
it's like
think
that.
that's something that I think that's where sort of Tyler's come into play as well, doing it at the pro level, because it was becoming, like you say, it was becoming to a point where it was just the same people just turning up and just winning every show.
Yeah. Yeah. Like everyone going into the Olympia would have had what Ebanks winning the Olympia potentially again, or like at least
Yeah. And
Um,
also by sort of putting a bit more emphasis on the criteria as well, it's sort of being steered away from just becoming a small waist competition, because that will.
Yeah, chaps, are you back? Yeah, you're back.
oh,
Yeah, I got you where you spoke about small waist competition because, to be fair, Ryan Terry doesn't have the smallest waist, does he?
no, he just has a very complete physique, and
Very
that's also
complete
what
physique.
men's physique is. It's about everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Like obviously, like if you have a small waist and you have a really good taper, it's obviously going to help you, but it doesn't necessarily mean you should win all the time.
yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. Right, well, lads, I've got to shoot off, so we will wrap it up if that's okay with you boys. But yeah, lads, we're really excited to obviously follow your seasons this year. I'll add obviously your bios beneath. So Tyler, 3 weeks, mate. Good luck.
Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
I hope you absolutely smash it. And yeah, same to you, Mitch, when you get around to your shows. What we'll have to do then is after your shows, we'll get you back on and we'll do like a recap of how it all went, like when your seasons are done.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be really, really good.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
All right. Cheers for tuning in then, guys. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Soon.
Yeah. Cheers, boys.
Take care, fellas. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.